Hello, hi, and welcome all. So, I'm Pushkesh Shasvi from Grow Junction, and we are back with a new podcast session. In today's session, we have Manaal Maniyar with us, who is currently working as an Associate Business Director in DealShare.in and has also currently worked with companies like Udan.com, Racket, and many other companies. So, hi, Manal, how are you?
Hey Pushkar, I'm doing great. Good to be seeing you on a Sunday evening. So yeah, feels good.
Yeah, that's really nice. How's everything at your end?
Things are good. I live in Bangalore, the Silicon Valley of India, so things are very fast here.
Wow.
Every day something new is happening, and I'm very about excited about the current ecosystem here in Bangalore and also the things which our country, India, is poised to achieve in the coming few years. So that's very exciting, and that is what has kept me busy personally too. So yeah, that's it.
That's great. That's great. So Manal, I would like to know that you have a lot of things to tell about you, but I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience and the viewers.
So I'm all about the alphabet M. So you would have seen already my name as 3M, Manaal Maniyar. And then fortunately or unfortunately, I became a misplaced engineer too. So that is when I decided that, okay, this is not something which gives me the kick, or this is not something which I see myself doing in the longer run, because from the very childhood, I wanted to make a lot of impact. And so there are only few ways to make an impact, right? Either you become a politician, you become an actor, or you become a baba. So that is when you can make impact at the world level or the global level. So the all these three options look quite far-sighted to me. So that is when, okay, I decided to get into business. I thought that, okay, I see myself owning a business or leading a big business in the near future, and that is what something which will, I believe, will give me a lot of happiness and satisfaction. So that is when I decided to join the Mecca of Marketing, Mica, in Ahmedabad. And in the 2 years, I had an amazing experience in Mica. I got to intern with Walt Disney, okay, for 3 months in Mica. Then I went on winning two national level competitions. One was Reckitt Benckiser's Mavericks, which is also M. Okay, so I was the national winner there. Then ended up winning Colgate Transcend, was a national winner there. Got a chance to present my idea to the global team, the global CEO of Colgate in Hong Kong. And then I had an opportunity to either work in long term with Colgate or Reckitt, and I chose Reckitt over Colgate for certain reasons. Okay, and then I started my career with Reckitt and had a good 2 years there. Learned was my very first company, so learned a lot about sales, people management, and whatever you say. So 50% of my professional personality is still Reckitt, because that was my first company. So that is how we are honed. Then, obviously, as I said, I wanted to make a bigger impact, and I thought that, okay, uh, in Racket, I'm making an impact, but the company has already made a lot of impact for the society and has done a lot already. So if I add a drop to such a big ocean, I don't think I'll be adding a lot of value to it, or I would be doing a lot of justice to me. So it is when I decided to join a startup. Okay, was one of the founding team member of Udan's pharmaceutical business in Gujarat. Set up the Gujarat business from scratch. Hired 200 people on my own. So
Wow.
uh, after the 2 years in Racket, coming here and hiring the team from scratch was something so enriching for me. I enjoyed it a lot. So the 200 people team scaled up business of Udan from zero to, I can't reveal the numbers, but it is in certain hundreds crores. Okay. So
Wow.
yeah, that is it. And then again, so as I wanted to grow myself also and get into a more senior and more opportunity, where more of a role where I had a lot of exposure greater than Gujarat scale. Okay, so Gujarat is done. Now I think I should do something about the country. So that is when I got an opportunity with the central team of Dealshare. So I've done a lot of things here, being an associate director of business. So I do a lot of stuff. So it's not only confined to a certain uh, function of the company, let's say marketing, finance, it's spread across the cross functionals, all the cross functions of the company. So herein I'm looking into the strategy of various projects which Dealshare does, be it launching our own WhatsApp community. Since we are a social commerce website, we have a community of our users, WhatsApp, Telegram, to doing a lot of new things there on the community bonding thing. And then doing a lot of business roles, like again setting up businesses, B2C businesses, growing it up for the company. And now currently launching an offline project for the company, which is company's biggest project right now I'm working on. And here also I'm like the mini CEO of the project, so hiring the international national team too for the project. So again, that's a very impactful role I am in right now. So yeah, that's it. That's about me, my journey till now, and I still feel that it is just the very start. 5 years, 6 years is still very fresh in your career. I have a lot of a huge career pending in front of me. So yeah, let's see where my career takes me now. So that's it from my end.
Wow, that was really a great introduction about yourself. Like you fully told about your childhood till whatever you know, whatever you're dreaming of, and what you're thinking about your company, and what did you did in your companies. That was really a great introduction.
I
So
hope you all loved it.
yeah, that was really nice. That
Yeah.
was really nice. So Manal,
Hmm.
can you please tell me about the MBA scenario in today's world? Like how is the MBA growing in the India?
See, as I told you, right, in the introductory question also, so I'm very excited about where the Bangalore ecosystem is and where the Indian ecosystem is going forward. So if you see, 5 years back, we had hardly two or five unicorns. Unicorns are the startups with valuation more than 1 billion USD. Okay. So we had two to five at max, I can remember. So the last week I was reading, India already has 45 plus unicorns, and most of them have come in 2021 and 2022. So in 2021 and 2022, we have got the 40 out of this five unicorns, 45 unicorns. Okay. So you see how the economy and the country is progressing in the global arena. We are being called as the Silicon Valley of the new age Silicon Valley of the Asian Asian subcontinent. So I feel that every country has a phase wherein it moves from here to here, and there has to be a break point or a watershed moment in every country's path. That watershed moment is right now, this era. Okay, every day. So now we are talking. I'm very sure there are 10 startups in the 10 kilometers area around me who are poised to become unicorn in next quarter. So that is the pace at which India is growing. So to run these businesses, to scale up these businesses further, who all are needed? It's the MBAs, right? So it is the right time to get into this career, MBAs, and even I would say software engineers, because they are the one who build the products, and MBAs are the one who probably run them, who make it more scalable and give the inputs to the give the inputs back to the product or the tech guys. So yeah, it's a great time to be in a country like ours, and every career, be it an MBA or be it any career, if you do it with, because whenever a company starts, a whole ambit of jobs are created, right? So all the careers have a very good scope right now. It's just that we are lucky to be in such a phase, such a scenario where India is taking the leap ahead. So yeah, very exciting times.
Yeah, that's really true. As you said, that India is bringing more new startups, and I would say because of the Shark Tank show, like because they are promoting the startups and giving chance to the startups to grow in India too. And as Bangalore is,
Uh, yeah. So I won't say Shark Tank because of Shark Tank. So what Shark Tank has done it is that it has made it, entrepreneurship or business a household name. Otherwise, see, even in my household, I didn't have a very entrepreneurial setup. People won't talk about business, but our generation knows. So our generation knows that where the world is heading, where the country is heading. So we anyway are into the entrepreneurship mindset. But what Shark Tank has done really well is it has also made up parents and other elders or people who are in a generation above us. they are also, they also started talking about entrepreneurship, because initially they had a very, I would say they had a very they were born in a time where India was just developing. Okay, we didn't have a
True.
lot of facilities. We were not very developed. So for them, stability was everything. They wanted stability in their life. Okay, I have a decent job. My parents are safe. My children are getting into school, so I should do this job. Entrepreneurship, no, no, it's risky. No, no, I have a family to take care of. So that is what Shark Tank has done. There, it has created a narrative also that okay, entrepreneurship is what the country needs, and it's the way forward. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's truly said. That because of this Shark Tanks, everyone is thinking, whatever business ideas they have, they are starting with those business
Yeah.
ideas and starting to grow their business. That's
Yeah. So
really
the taboo around entrepreneurship is diluting.
yeah, that's true. It's diluted. The
Mm.
taboo of entrepreneurship
Yeah.
is diluted.
Mm.
So, Manal, as you have done internship in Walt Disney, so what were you doing in that? Like, what was your role? Can you explain to our audience and viewers? So, Manal, as you told in your introduction that you have worked with Walt Disney also while you were in
Yeah.
MICA. So, what roles and
Yeah.
responsibilities were you working with Walt Disney? What can you explain to our audience and viewers?
Yeah, so it was just an internship, okay? An internship are just the start to your career. It's the time when you explore the role or the company, and you are okay to do anything and everything, right? Because you have a very clean slate. So you want to fill that slate with the colors. So Walt Disney was that color to my slate, the first color. I wanted it to be very special. So I looked after the brand and got into it. I wasn't very bothered about the work or the profile, because it was the first color. I wanted either a big brand or a very good role. So I chose for the brand. Okay. So Walt Disney, I was working on the mobile gaming business of Disney. So they had a few Android games. Cricket was one of the major Android games for that. So there, my role was to increase the average revenue per user. So because people in India don't spend a lot in games, they want it very free of cost and everything. So I had to find out ways how to monetize the games, either by showing ads to the users or by placing in some in-game elements where people would like to buy them and engage with the games further. So very interesting role that was on the mobile app side, the digital marketing side. Uh, so I wanted to get into digital marketing also, because before getting into my car, so there was this 2 months gap after my engineering and before joining my car. So in those 2 months, I did a digital marketing course from online, some Udemy course, which was a certification course. So that is when my interest also developed in digital marketing. So I wanted an internship on the digital marketing side. So that's why, yeah, Walt Disney and this role.
Okay, okay. So,
Yeah.
like in Walt Disney, you were covering all the digital aspects which are required for the Walt
Ye-
Disney. Okay, so
Yep.
you used to create campaigns also?
So as I said, my role was to increase revenue. So I gave suggestions. Okay, so because in companies like Walt Disney, it's not very quick, right? The turnaround takes time. So as an intern, you make a project and the project gets implemented even if you're not in the company. So if it's good, it gets implemented in the later half. So I did suggest some campaigns for the gaming zone, like uh, that time IPL was the buzz and it was still very fresh, and this was a cricket game. So we launched some campaign around IPL, and I suggested that, and it got implemented when I was not there.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I think so that IPL is still a buzz. Like it was not at that time, it was a buzz. It's still a buzz. People
yeah.
do
Now
play.
with this, yeah. Again, the auction, mega auction. Yeah, the buzz is
Yeah,
again here.
that was true. So, Mana, as you have done your MBA from one of the top B schools, like it's MICA. So, what
Hmm.
suggestion or message you would like to give to the MBA audience, like how they can create a outstanding, CV so that it should be shown from the crowd, and what a message would you like to give to them?
So I'll tell you. So initially, I used to have a 2-3 pages CV. Okay. But as and when I grew up in the ladder, I'm having a 1 page resume only. So that is what I believe in, because in the job market, there are a lot of people to seeking that job. So a one-page CV works the best because the interviewer has a lot of other work to do apart from just screening the contestants. So they would want to minimize their work and they would want to see five CVs, and the one who can convey as much of information in very short format of paper or time or screen would be the one who will be attracted to. So yeah, first of all, try to make a one-page CV. But I would say if you are in college, if you're sitting in a college placements, then you can have a multiple pages CV because therein they already have a fixed set of people they are going to interview. So they will give attention to it. So when I was in Mica, I had a 3 pages CV. Okay, wanted to do put in a lot of everything which I did. So wanted to put in the major achievements I had, like the national level competitions, and since during the job campus placements time, internship was the only work experience I had, right? So put in a lot of details and depth about that project because that was my just first experience. I didn't have much to show about for the rest of things, and also put in a lot of courses like digital marketing one, which I did, and a few community or the event. I was a radio jockey in Mica, so that was there is a proper community in Mica wherein you can be the radio jockey for the nearby villages. So every Monday I had a show, and around 7 villages used to listen to them. So that was interesting. I put it up there, and I would also put in something which is very different. So I remember in one of my CV I put Ikigai. So Ikigai is a Japanese concept. Okay, so Ikigai is a Japanese concept which says that uh, whatever you're doing it and whatever you're good at and whatever the world needs, if all of these intersect and you are at the right place, then you will be very successful. So it's a very deep concept. So what you want to do, what the world needs, and what you're good at. So I made this what do you call it, the charts where the circles would intersect. Okay, and the Venn diagram of my qualities, what I'm good at, and which company would I be the best fit in. So I did that in one of the CVs, and it took the attention of the recruiter. So that is what I used to do. So you can do anything. Like you should be creative. Do something. You can write a poem about yourself, 3 4 lines after your name. So you can play around a lot of things if you're sitting for a college placement. Okay, but yeah, if you are in a professional setup, I would I would not recommend the same. Just keep it one page, wherein 60 to 50 to 60% of your page should be about your professional experience. Another 20 about your projects or research or anything which you have done on the academic side. Another 10% on the educational background side, and maybe the last 10 on your interests and hobbies apart from whatever things you do at work, because the interview would also want to know your personality type, right? You're just not a robot who would do work for them. You're a human being, so you have a lot of layers apart from what you're good at professionally. So I would always mention my hobbies, which is I meditate daily, so I'm into meditation. I love to cook, so I write whatever I've done, whatever blogs I have. So hobbies should also come out as hobbies, not just that pastime gig. So if I meditate, I write, I do meditate. And I'm trained in Shamvi Mahamudra by Isha Foundation. Okay, Sadhguru. So I write that too. So make it sound that whatever hobbies you are into, you're very deeply into that, because that reflects a lot about your personality, and that will speaks volumes about you in your professional life also. People would think that okay, if you're so deeply into everything, so whatever project we give to you in our workspace, you will get very deeply involved into that too. So that is the purpose. Yeah.
Wow, you like meditation is everyone's important. Like in today's era, meditation is, only thing where we can, grow our concentration and be focused
Yep.
to what we are doing. So even I used to do meditation, but due to some time changes, and I just left the meditation. But meditation does help in creating concentration. Be focused with
Yeah.
what you are doing.
Yeah. So it is the only time I probably look inwards and rest of the time I'm looking outwards. क्या कितने startup खुल रहे हैं, what is happening. So that is the only 25 minutes in the day where I look inwards. So that is also very necessary, and it makes me more productive in my otherwise outwards journey.
Okay, that's nice. No, that's really nice. Meditation is really important. So, Manal, talking about your professional life, so you have worked with Uran.com, okay, and you told
Yeah.
that you have created the everything from scratch. So, what all
Hmm.
challenges you faced in that?
Well, obviously, so when you're making a plan on the screen or in a notepad, everything looks very easy, right? Okay. Now, when I was given the responsibility of Udan, I was said, Manal, so we want to have annual business to start with, let's say 5 crores a month. Okay. So that's your goal. And now to reach that goal, I first started making the plan. Okay. Okay. To do 5 crores, I'll need to cater to, let's say, 1,000 outlets wherein I'll sell my products. Okay. So one outlet, let's say 50,000. So 5 crores is done. Okay. So, okay, I have to get to 50,000. Now, in 1 month, I have to sell them 50,000. So I should have products with me which can get me 50,000. Okay. So, okay, assortment is one thing. Okay. Now I have the products, but who will go and sell them? Okay, so 1,000 outlets, I'll need, if a person can visit 30 outlets a day, so every week if I have to make him visit all the outlets, so I'll need, let's say, 7 people, okay, to do this 1,000 outlets. So 7 people, okay, I need to hire 7 people. So that's the HR plan. So that is how it looks on the paper. So you make that plan. How first you put up your goal and the steps or the ladders to reach your goal, and that is how you get to the plan. Now you have the plan. You just have to go and execute it. Hiring, okay, I need to hire 7 people. Call my HR team. I need to have 7 people, and they should be good at selling. They should either have an experience of going to Kirana or retail stores to sell the products. So yeah, that is the type of people I need. I got, let's say, hundreds of profiles. I shortlisted 7 and got it. So our number came out to be 200. So just 7 is an example. Okay. So that came to 7 and we hired 7 people. Then again, the thing was, okay, 50,000 का माल भी तो बेचना है हर आउटलेट को हर महीने. So how do we do that? Okay. So we go to the market, do the survey. These are the top selling medicines in the market. If I have 80% of them, 50,000 is done. Okay, so I go to my supply team that okay, these are the medicines I need. इसका inventory चाहिए, इसको आप stock में लेके आओ. Pricing and all, we'll see क्या होता है. We'll do my market benchmarking and get the prices. And then third is making the pitch and going to the ground and execute it. So that's the easiest part. Once you have done your homework right, pitch and presenting it to the market is the easiest. So yeah, planning and then executing it. That's how you did. So these are the challenges you have. But yeah, if you plan it the right way, I think nothing is challenging.
Yeah, that's true. If the plan is right and you have the team also right, like everything who
Yeah.
are good and expert in that, a person who is good and expert in operation supply, and if you're giving him a certain task and if he's doing properly, then I think everything is going well and nothing there
Yeah.
is the
You
error.
have to you have to basically break down things backwards. You have to know your goal and start breaking down thing backwards. And once you are at the first, so that is where you start and again move forwards to your goal. So that's how it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, Manal,
Mhm.
as you also know about the corporate structure and corporate life, that every person who is into corporates, they have some visions or missions in their life. So, what is your vision
Hmm.
and mission? Our audience and viewers would like to know.
So I have clearly communicated it and I'll say it again. My mission. So I would say my vision. Vision first is the longer picture. So my vision is to make an impact. Okay, impact in the lives of a lot of people. So I don't want so in my childhood age, I always wanted to make an impact, but I wanted to be a doctor. Okay. But then when I grew up, I realized that okay, doctors do make an impact, but only in a certain geography around them. I would not say that they are not making impact. They are making huge impact. They are impacting the lives of people. But the scope of impact is very limited. Okay. So my vision is to make an impact at a much wider scope, much maybe global impact to start with, even the impact at national level. So that's my vision. Okay. The mission, how do I do it? So that is what my career path is about. So if you see, I am stepping into roles where my impact making is getting bigger. So from a very big company, I joined a startup. From there, I joined a even leaner startup, which was at the start of the journey,
Mm.
because if the company shrinks, then your role climbs. That's the simple rule. Okay. So if you have the similar talent, if you are a constant all this while, so that is the assumption. Okay. So that is how. So now I'm making an impact at the national level. Probably I'll once I'm satisfied, okay, I've created a big impact at India level, which is much ahead right now. I've just not even thrown a stone in the sea right now. So yeah, that's it. So maybe that is how I'll define my career going forwards as well.
Okay, that's nice. That's really nice and very informative. You told about the things. So, Manal, as you know that we have our MBA aspirants also watching this podcast session. So, how would you
Mhm.
like to motivate them? What would you say to them?
Well, first of all, external motivation don't work. You need to be intrinsically motivated to whatever cause you want to do in your life. External motivation can work for a week, at max a month. You watch a very uh, inspirational movie or something, and you're really pumped up to do something. But if you see, it loses steam in 7 days at max. Okay, so external motivations don't work. Be intrinsically aligned to something which you want to do, which you enjoy doing. So enjoyment is the word here. If you are a person who enjoys playing cricket, but is in the MBA setup because of the parents' pressure. You don't like MBA. So, okay, now you cannot go back and play cricket, right? But you can definitely choose a career in cricket analytics. Okay. So MBAs, they do get a lot of job because with this Dream 11 coming, gaming, betting, sports, everything. So there is a lot of cricket. So cricket is also business, right? So now you are in MBA. You align yourself to a company or dream yourself of becoming a best cricket analytics guy in the country. So that is when you will enjoy your job. So align yourself to something. Okay, it could be cricket, it could be your dream to launch a credit card or be into the finance tech or something, whatever. Align yourself to a certain cause, and if you're aligned, then probably things will start falling in, because once you're aligned, you will obviously explore every opportunity which comes along that way. Do explore every opportunity. Never think that यार ये मैं अभी कर लूंगा तो मेरे करियर की क्या वाट लग जाएगी, ये क्या इंटर्नशिप है, इसमें स्टाइपेंड नहीं है, कुछ मजा नहीं आएगा. It's Don't think about it. Do whatever you can do. Try maximum things, because that is when that alignment and clarity will also come. Okay. Once you do 100 things and 99 of them are bad, so that 99 were very essential to make you to come to conclusion that this one was good for you. Okay. So do a lot of things and just align yourself to a cause. That's the thing.
Wow, that was really great and very motivational for the MBA aspirants, those who are going to pursue their MBA. So, Manal, how did you crack your CAT exams and what all entrance exam did you give for pursuing MBA?
So yeah, so I just gave the regular exams like CAT, Z, and MyCAT. Okay. So I had a very few colleges listed out: IIMs, Excel, and MICA. So that is why I gave MyCAT. Uh, for the preparation was so I cracked a few IIMs too, but those were not the IIMs I wanted to get into. So that is when I chose MICA over the newer IIMs. So the preparation is very similar for every exam. I think even if you're giving SNAP or NMAT for Nursing Munji and Symbiosis, the preparation is very similar to CAT. So you have the quantitative section, you have the verbal section. So just give maybe a couple of hours daily in the last 3 months before the exams. That should be enough if you are giving it dedicatedly and very smartly. So I was also doing BTech. I was doing my college and I gave the attempt. I didn't have any work ex after my BTech. So during my college only, I gave that attempt and got a decent score across all these exams. So I followed a simple rule. Let's give a couple of hours every day. So I thought that I was probably the weakest in qualitative, basically the verbal section. So I devoted a lot of my time, 70% of my time to verbals, doing all this, started with normal Lewis vocabulary and all this stuff, doing, widen the ambit of my vocabulary. So that is what I started with. And then obviously I gave the least time to quantitative section because being an engineer and doing a lot of differentiation, integral and all these things, integration in 11, 12, quantitative is much simpler in CAT than what we used to learn in class 11 and 12. So that was the easiest pie for me. So uh, dedicated a lesser time to that. And yes, consistently, I think I gave the time for 3 months for this, all these exams, CAT, ZAT, and other exams. But for my CAT, so as you might be knowing, there is a story writing session too. There are 5 words given. You have to write 5 things in pros, 5 things in cons. So I didn't prepare very specifically for that because that is what I have been doing very regularly in my life. So I had a habit of reading books. I had a habit of writing kahanis and shairis and all these things. So I always had that in me. So probably that was the long term preparation I had already done for my cat. So, but yeah, if you have lost touch with story writing and probably all this essay writing and all, then you can prepare very well for that too. In the last 1.5 months before the exams, just pick up any random word from a book. If you used to play that bachpan mein cricket book wala khel ke 4-6, just do that, choose a word and write an essay or 10 lines about it. That's it. That would just uh, knock the door of the creativity which is lying idle inside. So that is how you start. Yeah.
Like you told in a very story way and a very funny way that how to crack a cat exam and how you can be easily prepared for yourself for cat. But
Yeah, it is easy. So it is easy. People make it difficult by complicating it. It is easy.
it is
If
easy.
you do certain things consistently, then it is easy. But that consistency is the most difficult thing. So that's the difficulty part to this otherwise easy scheme of things.
But as you told about the cat preparations, I think telling about yourself by the way you told, I noticed that you told mostly about the things you should know. That if I'm not good at quant, I should work towards more towards quant and be
Yeah.
strong in that section. So if you don't know what you are good at and what you are bad at, then how will you crack the exam? That's
Yeah. So if you don't know, the teacher won't definitely know, right? If you yourself don't know, how would you let others know about it? So that's the thing. You know yourself the best, and that is why you can devise the plan best, which works the best for you.
yes, that's true. So introspection is the main thing while preparing for any competitive
Yes.
exams.
Yes.
That's true. So, Manal, I would like to know your opinion about the, job markets. How are the job markets growing in the India?
I think I've answered that in the question wherein what lies ahead for MBA students. Okay. So as I said, the Indian ecosystem, 50 unicorns, 45 plus unicorns already in the country, most of them, 90% of them coming in the last 2 years. So the job market is ripe and it is going to be this ripe for at least next decade. I can promise. Like it is just the start of the startup ecosystem where it is blossoming like anything in the country. So India is the new Silicon Valley. India and probably I would say China. These are the two countries because it has both the countries have an advantage. The population which is growing, the population which is advancing, and the biggest population base. The internet penetration is at its best, and it is going to improve only from here. Right? It is not going to decline now. So you yourself see, it's not a rocket science. This country would be growing tremendously in next 5 to 10 years. So the job market is very right. The only thing which you need to be concerned about is about yourself. Where are you good at? There are 100 opportunities. If you're not good at any one of them, you're still gonna be very idle. So you have to decide, okay, artificial intelligence, the next big thing. Product management, kick ass, doing wonderfully well. Software engineering, wonderful. UX designing, इतने सारे startups are all app based. UX designing would be in a lot of demand. So you know, right, which things were gonna be in demand. Sales is gonna be in demand because obviously when business is increasing, consumer base is increasing, sales and marketing will also be. I'm good at sales. Let me align myself Let me do a lot of things which I can do. Let me do a lot of internships in sales. Let me connect with on LinkedIn or otherwise with people who are good with sales, who are better than me in sales, who have an experience. Let me connect with them, learn from them. Let me read a lot of books around sales, whatever is happening. Let me join a community on YouTube or Spotify. Let me hear some podcast. So that is how you develop yourself. So you don't worry about the country. You worry about yourself, where you want to see yourself. Because this country has a huge ambit of opportunity for everyone to fill every stomach. Like that in Scam 1992, that I remember that dialogue very fondly. इंडिया में पैसे लगा दो, ये ग्रो करेगा. And that time has come. India is growing. जिसने भी पैसा लगाया वो ग्रो करेगा.
That's true. That's true. India is growing. We can see new startups coming up with a very bright and innovative ideas which are need in the market, and that's true. India में पैसे लगाओ, India तो बढ़ेगा ही. Obviously, India is growing.
बिल्कुल.
And Manal, so I would like to ask you, like in your opinion, what MBA students should choose in their domain, like whether they should go for marketing or operation, which
Again, this is up to you, right? What you are good at, what you feel you can do justification with. If you are good at storytelling, if you are good at you know selling, you can't join HR. You can even probably join HR, but you can't join operations. What story will you tell in operations? It's about more processes, aligning systems. तुम जाके systems को story नहीं सुनाओगे. You tell stories to people, right? So which domain is more people facing? Probably marketing and HR. Okay, so these are the two good. But if you're good at, let's say you love playing around with money, you love stock markets, you love to invest in crypto, यार मजा आ रहा है. You're and you're interested in यार crypto का trading कैसे होता है, मैं देखता हूँ. Let me analyze some candlesticks chart. Let me do some funda. If you love that, you know where you want to go, right? You probably get into finance and then probably get into IB, investment banking, going forward in finance too. So that's a very later part. But एक मोटा मोटी सबका आइडिया होता है कि मुझे क्या पसंद है और मैं क्या किस में अच्छा हूँ. अगर मुझे गणित अकाउंट से नफरत है तो आई विल नॉट गो इनटू फाइनेंस, राइट? If I my biggest love and my biggest hobby is networking with people, you know uh, people management and talking with people and understanding them psychological, if I'm interested in the psychology of people and everything, then HR, probably I would do wonderful in HR is such a big. So the problem is people in India think that HR is talent acquisition is not HR. Talent acquisition is just a small part of HR defines how companies would work. HR defines the culture of a company. So it's a probably one of the most important function. So there is a taboo around HR. Even I used to have it when I was probably of your age in the early 20s. But once you join companies, there is a lot of things which everyone does. So people are not fooled to spend crores and crores of money on HR, on finance, on marketing, or sales. Everyone has their role. So you choose your domain according to your understanding of yourself. And if you still don't have any understanding of yourself, MBA gives you that chance. First year is majorly general. Every college would have a very general first year, wherein you'll have a exposure to a lot of courses. After going through those courses, you'll understand, okay, I'm good at this course, I'm good at that course, I'm not good at that course. So A plus B minus C equal to marketing. So that is how you define the domain. So don't get into that thing right now. That is a thing of future. Concentrate right now on cracking the exams, getting the best shot at the colleges you want to be in, and then everything will fall in place when it has to fall in place.
That's true. That's true. Like they should understand and they should know in themselves that what are they good at. Because I've seen many
And
of
you'll get those chances in college. The courses first year is very general in every college. First year is not brand specific. Until unless you're joining an ISB or something where 1 year MBA is there. But I'm sure there also 1-2 months would be very common.
yeah, but because in today's era, everyone is looking in the YouTube videos, which domain is best for doing MBA, where I can grow. That is
See, no. So I would say if you are in the right domain, but you are not the right person of it, suited to domain, you will fail. if you are a right person in the wrong domain, you'll still fail. So you have to be the right person in the right domain. So that's the thing, nothing else matters. Okay.
That's true. That's true. So, Manal, I would like to ask you that in brief, can you tell about the roles that you are doing currently in your profile? Roles and
So as I
responsibilities.
said, I've done so initially in my careers I've done a lot of sales, because when you join an FMCG, so I joined Reckitt from Mica. So FMCG is 6 months, 1 year you have management training stint, which is a compulsory stint wherein you are made to go through the sales ground from bottom up. After that, also you have to do 2 years of area sales manager stint, even if you want to become a brand manager or anything. Sales stint is compulsory. So I've done sales in Reckitt, channel sales, general trade. In Udaan, I've done Udaan was a very general manager types of role where I was hiring to, I was doing sales to, I was setting up processes to, I was aligning with finance and the ops team on how things work. So that was a very general manager kind of role. In deal share also, I've done a lot of roles. So first is about the social media marketing, social and digital. So because Dealshare is an e-commerce platform, so our users are online. So did a lot of social marketing in the first role and been in the strategy team for last 1 year. So it's been 1.5 years since I'm in Dealshare. So 6 months I've done this social marketing. Last 1 year I'm into strategy. It's a very consulting type of role because I've done a lot of roles, so I know everything about each and every role right now. Uh, Not in very depth, but I would obviously scratch all the surfaces of all the roles out there. So I'm in the strategy role wherein I'm making plans, future plans for company, future revenue plans, how things would work, and I'm currently working on a project which is the offline commerce project for Dealshare, which has just launched. So I am the one who has started this. So I would say it's more of a consulting strategy role, okay, wherein I'm also getting an exposure to the product and the tech side of things. So I felt that product and tech is something which I haven't got a lot of exposure right now, and that is where the future I see is going. So I've aligned myself on a role wherein I have some product and tech, and probably I'll take it further ahead in the other roles going forward. Yeah,
That's really great. That in the brief you told everything what you did in Racket and what you are currently doing in the deal share. How
yeah,
you are managing the business. That was really nice and informative. So coming to the last part of the session, I would really like to thank Manal for spending time with us and giving this podcast session to all our audience and viewers. And I think by now they have got all the information what they require and what they needed. Thank you, Manal. Thank you so much for your precious time.
Oh, thanks a lot, Pushkar. It was great talking to you, and it felt like I am back. I am younger by 6 7 years. In the same situation where I was, but probably we didn't have that podcast and all things 6 7 years down the line. All these have come up very recently, so I would have been very happy if I would have got to talk to someone like this, or probably Grow Junction was there at our times, wherein I would have interacted with someone who was in industry to guide me. So it's a good opportunity. It's a good platform you guys are building. Absolutely love the cause. And I'm sure it will help a lot of students who are aspiring to start their career or just very new in their career, or just who are very confused about what they want to do in their life. So it would be really grateful and helpful to them. Okay. And I just enjoyed the time spending here. I love the time which I spent here. As I told, it gave me a nostalgia of things where I was in last 5 6 years back. So yeah, nice.
That's true. I would like to tell all our audience and viewers that please do subscribe our YouTube channel so that we could bring our latest podcast with the great people from corporate. Thank you to all the audience and viewers. Thank you, Manal. Thank you so much. Special thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Bye bye.